All right, so let's transition to the next topic, right? The next game, the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles, all right? So I'm going to focus on the New York Giants aspect of things, all right? So I know people in New York, they were probably excited. They're like, we got Brian Daboll. We made it to the playoff. We overachieved. But I think that's one of the worst things that could happen to the New York Giants, because when they overachieve like this, y'all think Daniel Jones is the answer. But no, Daniel Jones is always going to be the question. And when I looked at the New York Giants, I think the worst thing that happened to them was them having success and making the playoff and going this far. I think it's fool's gold, because at the end of the day, I don't think Daniel Jones' skill set is suitable enough. I believe the New York Giants are going to remind me of the Minnesota Vikings with a guy like a Kirk Cousins. They're going to remind me of the Raiders when they had Derek Carr. It's like you have a competent quarterback, but his skill set don't elevate you enough to be really a serious contender. And now you're going to be in that situation where you're not bad enough to get an elite quarterback, one of those young stud quarterback, but you're not good enough to be in one of those situations. But the quarterback is not good enough to be considered a top tier elite Super Bowl contender. So then you're stuck in that mediocrity situation, and moving forward, I look like the New York Giants. I'm like, this was fool's goals. I think this is the worst thing that could happen. Sometimes tanking will help you out. You might have to take 2 steps back to take 3 steps forward. Right now, the New York Giants took 2 steps forward, and I essentially see them taking 5 steps backwards, because Daniel Jones already this is his max. He already climaxed. This is his peak. The best we're going to see Daniel Jones, in my opinion, is this. I don't consider Daniel Jones will get better moving forward in this season. If you look at Daniel Jones' career 10 years from now, when you're going to look at him in his as far as his career resume, this season will be the best of his whole entire career, and I think this is going to put the Giants backwards, because they were in a rebuilding situation, but because they accidentally made the playoff with Daniel Jones, this is going to put them in a little stagnant situation. And I believe Daniel Jones is like a Kirk Cousins, he's like a Derek Carr, he's like one of those mediocre quarterbacks that will make the playoff every 3 years, maybe every 2 years, but they're not going to be a repeatedly playoff contenders annually. So he don't fit that mold. That's why when I assessed the Giants in this game, I was like, man, as a fan base, I bet you the Giants fans are happy. But for me, looking at it as a evaluator, as a front office evaluator, I don't like anything about the Giants. I think they're farther away than they are close. Like I said, this season was a fool's gold situation, man. A lot of things happened, but the Giants really need help in the secondary. They might have a good defensive line right now, but they need help in the linebacker core. They need help in the offensive line, and they need help in the receiving core. And once again, Daniel Jones is more of a question than an answer. So with the Giants making the playoff, to me, this kind of hurt them in the long term, because like I said, I feel like Daniel Jones is a medium type quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Now, those type of guys like the Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr, they make the playoff once every 2 to 3 years. It's not in an annual situation like other elite quarterbacks. It's the G to the U to the R to the U.